Richie.
And I'm Cody May.
And this is the Colorado Author Interview Circle. And we are today with Ian Thomas Healy.
Hello.
ETH, baby.
E-I.
E-I-O. What?
ETH.
ETH.
Why?
Dude, we have a lot to talk about because you're one of my heroes. Really. We can, let's see, where do I even start?
I don't know.
Let's start,
fighting.
let's see the thumbs. Let's see the thumbs.
What does that mean?
Do you still write?
I was writing while I was waiting for the interview.
Now let's see, do you have your phone on you? See, I always use you because there's this like, oh, I'm an author and I don't have time to write and I wish I could write.
Right. Yeah,
oh,
like
I can. So this is, and you write on your phone and you have the keyboard and so you just use the keyboard on the phone and you just go da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
I do that with notes, like the Notepad app. Write on that, but.
And you do that at work, because
Yeah.
at your work you have like, because you do,
I never do it at work. I only do my day job at work.
That's
what
right.
It's for.
that's right.
It's like when I was in school, I never wrote.
Should we restart?
No, it's okay. I don't think they'll watch it.
No one's watching this anyway. Who are we talking to? Let's just go.
Ian Thomas Healy. No, but you use the time you have to write, and you don't have to have hours and hours and hours. You can write like you were here like a half an hour early, and you were writing on your phone, and that's what you do, right? This is what you do, and this is how come you can write. I have this whole stack of books.
That's what I try to do. Yes.
Now, have you always wanted to be a writer?
I think I always wanted to be a writer, but during like high school, nobody actually came up to me and said, you could do this for a career. So I got I got a really useless degree in an unrelated field, and now I drive a forklift during the day, and I write every spare chance I get, and that's my favorite part of the day.
Is writing.
Yes.
And do you still do the Lego? Because you were doing the Lego series where you'd pose Legos. And
The webcomic, yeah, I ended the webcomic in 2012. I had a 6-year run and 1,500 strips, and I think that's pretty epic, and I wrapped it up back in May of 2012.
kill everyone off. Hamlet-esque.
No, everybody got a happy ending.
I
I like happy endings.
Yeah, Cody's like, kill everybody. Bloodthirsty. Okay, so let's talk. We'll do the Just Cause series because that's really the
Okay.
stuff that really, I think you were born to write. Do you think you were born to write? Do you think when you were, God said, ETH, you will write.
ITH.
ITH. Do I keep saying ETH?
Yes, you do.
Ian Thomas Healy. Boom. Winner. No, do you think God said, Ian, on this day, let it be written, let it be done?
Well, I'm not going to challenge your beliefs, but sure.
Okay, we'll talk about Just Cause last.
Okay.
So you have this book, Action, Writing Better Action, which I'm going to buy.
Okay.
So this is because you like writing action.
I've been told for, pretty much before I even started writing professionally that I write very good action scenes. And a lot of my friends have asked me for help with working on their own, and I finally thought, well, maybe I should sit down and try and figure out how do I actually do it, and what would be a good way to teach people to do what I do to make it more useful for them.
Uh-huh.
And that's why I developed this very useful system. You should get it.
Action, writing better action using one of your favorite action movies, because this is writing better action using cinematic techniques.
Well, you've got great shootout scenes, you've got great chase scenes. The movie Ronin has a phenomenal car chase sequence.
Robert De Niro's Ronin.
Some of the Desperado and movie has a great shootout in it. There's just, the Matrix movies is just action sequence after action sequence. You don't have to necessarily follow the plot, but if you want to write good action, that's a very good tool to start with.
Oh, right on. Well, I'm going to get it. The Guitarist.
The Guitarist, this is an interesting story. This book got me my current agent, and it is way outside of my normal comfort zone. It's a mainstream young adult with nothing supernatural genre in it, whatever.
Oh, really?
It's essentially, it's a retelling of the story of Yojimbo, or the Western for a Fistful of Dollars,
yeah.
or the movie Last Man Standing. It's a retelling of that set in a high school with a young guitarist.
There's a woman.
Yes.
Cool.
And so that's the retelling of that story. And
A retelling of Yojimbo with guitars in a high school.
yes.
You should go home and watch A Fistful of Dollars.
Okay,
That's your
see you
homework.
guys, bye.
That's your homework. And so that got your curve. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
Blood on the Ice.
Blood on the Ice is just a fun story. It's kind of my response to the whole Twilight phenomenon and urban fantasy. I even have a tagline on the front that says,
Not all vampires play baseball.
because some of them play hockey. And that's what this is.
Does it have to be raining when they play hockey? Because
Well,
they hit it so hard that.
it's inside.
Okay.
It's inside.
Sure.
Yeah. But it takes place in a small town in Western Canada, and it's about a young hockey player that discovers that people on his team are getting turned into vampires, which is one reason why they're now winning, and he has to decide what to do about that.
What do you do about
It's a moral quandary.
It is.
Let's see, their blood cells. Are they evil? Your vampires evil?
They're, well, I mean, not evil in the sense that they're like evil. I mean, they may drink, beef blood smoothies,
Oh, okay.
stuff like that.
But they're not hunting like young virgins.
No, but they are converting other players on the team, and so it's kind of like a plague spreading.
And playing hockey.
And playing hockey.
So it's your basic vampire hockey novel.
yes,
sure,
because
sure, sure.
I realize that there's a lot of those out there.
Well, I read one.
Cliche.
So I know it. Cliche.
So you have an agent,
I do have an agent.
even
yes.
though you're very indie pub and you're.
Yes, that's right.
But you're trying to. You're trying to explore all avenues.
I don't see any reason not to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's great. Is she doing your YA work, or is she just doing?
Yeah, she just does young adult. She was unable to place the guitarist, which was really upsetting to her because she
Yeah.
really loved it.
Yeah.
And I'm doing revision on a project now, which will be going to her, called The Scene Stealers, which is about high school theater as art thieves.
Okay.
Oh, that's
I would read
brilliant.
that.
That's good. Don't steal that idea, internet. Don't steal it. You're thinking about it, internet, but don't. Do the good thing. Don't. Cody. Okay, now, but then let's talk about the Just Cause series, because when I met you, these were really your passion. These
Yes.
were, and these are superhero novels.
Yes, I actually have one more, which I realize is probably still in my bag. I could run and get it.
No, but this is because you can find Ian Thomas Healy, IAN, online, and then you can see your catalog.
Yes.
And so, yeah.
We'll display all those.
And we'll also display all those. But the next one is coming out
April 1st.
April 1st.
He's not a March Hare, he's Jackrabbit. No fooling, it's April 1st.
April 1st, Jackrabbit. And it is, we talked a little bit about that. We'll talk about Jackrabbit in a minute. Let's step back.
Okay.
So, the kernel of the idea for the Just Cause series.
I've loved superheroes since I was a young child. I remember Jacob Tutu and the Hooded Fang was one of my favorite books growing up. And there's a couple of young kid superheroes in there, and I used to take a towel and safety pin it around my neck, and I'd run all over the neighborhood. And
That's the best.
that was the best.
You're one of those kids.
I was one of those kids. I was that kid.
You.
So, now here I am 30 years later, and I'm writing a superhero universe that has history that stretches back to World War II and on into the future.
Now, is it your, okay, so this is a big question. All right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, if you were to take Just Cause, would it be more Watchmen, Justice League, or X-Men?
It's got elements of all of them because
Right answer.
I try to. I try not to have characters that have like the sort of the cosmic power levels that you see in the DC universe. You know,
Sure.
nobody in Just Cause is going to reignite the sun with their heat vision.
Why not? Why not?
Because it's a
What's wrong
harder,
with that?
because
What's wrong with that?
it's a, there's,
Is that
you lose
unbelievable?
the humanity, right?
Mhm.
It's hard to keep.
So it's more of an X-Men sort of level of powers
Sure.
for the characters. But there's a lot of political undercurrent that goes on that could definitely be more Watchmen-esque.
Okay.
But they're not dark books, are they?
Well, one of them is pretty dark. Day of the Destroyer, which is the one I did not bring in. It's set during a 24-hour period during the New York City blackout of '77, and it's the secret origin of one of the main villains in the Just Cause universe, and it's really pretty dark.
Literally, it's dark.
Like, is it like Dark Knight? Dark?
Yeah, well, it's dark. Yeah, there's a nobody really gets a happy ending in that one.
Oh, okay.
But the
Shakespeare.
first one is Just Cause.
Yes.
Okay. And then, yeah.
Yeah, Just Cause, and then the Archmage. Book 3 was Day of the Destroyer. Book 4 is Deep Six, which expands beyond the original team, and it looks at one of the facilities that's mentioned, which is the prison, where superpowered convicts are sent.
Sure.
And that's what Deep Six is about. And then Jackrabbit, which is the book coming out April 1st from Local Hero Press, and you can get it pretty much anywhere.
Yay!
Is it's about, again, it's very peripheral. Just Cause makes a very brief appearance in it, but it's definitely set in the same universe, and it involves an invasion from beyond our realm of existence, and how only this one fellow, Jackrabbit, is able to stop it because of the god of rabbits.
The God.
I can't really explain it.
Do we
better
meet
than
the god
that.
of rabbits?
Yes, you do. His name is Leportus, and he's quite a
Leportus?
Leportus, and he's quite
From
a
the
character.
Latin.
Yes,
Sure.
very good.
I'm classical.
Okay.
No, that's and what's interesting is he's black. Jack Rabbit's black.
Mhm.
His best friend's gay. Now, when you were writing that, were you because I've written stuff from like multicultural characters, and there's always people like, oh, you should only write old white men. Did you have any sort of like, oh my gosh, can I?
Well, no, actually, Jackrabbit, the first draft of which was written way back in 2006, and you know, I don't know that the political correct thing of expanded, you know, minorities and underrepresented people in fiction was such a big deal back then as it is now.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, now it's like it's a good time for something like this to come out.
And it's so nice. Now let me ask you. So I got in a heated discussion online about the new Fantastic Four movie
Mhm.
is coming out, and the Human Torch is going to be black. Do you think that's you know, or this kind of reimagining? You know, what if Doctor Doom was female, right?
Mhm.
Do you think that adds to the franchise, or do you think that they should really stick to the source material, or create their own new one?
I don't think it matters really either way. You know, Doctor Who is one of the big things that everybody argues about. You know, should the next Doctor have been black? Should it have been Idris Elba? Which, you know, I would have loved. You know, should
Was Idris Elba even up?
I don't think so.
Oh, wouldn't
But,
that have been? That would have
you
been
know,
perfect.
You know, could there ever be a female Doctor? I would have absolutely no problem.
Morgan
with that.
Freeman, man.
You know, Jennifer Saunders.
Jennifer Lawrence.
As a doc now.
Oh, come on!
Anyway,
Katniss as the Doctor.
Yeah.
No, Jennifer Lawrence or Dawn French would be
Mhm.
would be remarkable. That would be remarkable.
I really think that reimagining characters is a really fun thing to do.
I agree.
I mean, you have the core concepts of a character. You look at Spider-Man. You know, you got the basic concept. He's got the powers, and his uncle is dead, and you know he's kind of a goofball. Okay, beyond that, you've got a lot of room for
Jewish
exploration.
I mean, really anything.
Well, let's talk
Yeah.
about that.
Argentinian. I mean, really.
Argentinian.
No, there was one of the person said, you know, you couldn't have a Batman without Batman having this tragic past and his parents being killed in front of him.
Right.
Right.
So other than that defining moment, you could make him, you know, Israeli, or you could make him, you know, from Africa.
Sure.
Idris Elba is Doctor Who. Sorry, I have to keep. I would. It's a shame. So so you're working on your Just Cause books,
Mm-hmm.
and you're making it happen. You're writing with your thumbs, the magic Ian Thomas Healy.
And I can.
So what's kind of on the horizon?
Well,
Other than Jackrabbit, April 1st.
Jackrabbit, April 1st. This fall, you'll see the sixth book in the Just Cause universe called Champion. And that's sort of a return to the core characters, Mustang Sally and the rest of the Just Cause team. I will likely be having another young adult book out sometime in the middle of the year called Making the Cut, which is about a televised cooking competition for recent high school graduates.
Uh-huh.
And it's sort of a combination of The Next Iron Chef meets Chopped.
Sure.
And that'll be coming out probably this summer sometime, and
Through Local Hero Press.
yeah, most
Okay.
likely. Yeah, I have some other presses I'm looking at right now.
Wow, man, that's so awesome. That's your. I feel very heroic. Now, okay, we're almost out of time. So we're sitting around the table with my daughters,
Okay.
and we're talking about, superheroes, and I'm expecting them to ask me, if any superpower, which superpower could I have? Instead, they ask me, if you were going to be a superhero, what would be your color scheme in your outfit? So, Ian Thomas Healy, if you were going to be
We
a
know you've thought
superhero,
about it. We've all thought about it.
color scheme and outfit.
I'd probably go with an indigo look. I don't have the abs to pull off a bodysuit, so I would go more along the lines of the Question or the Shadow or the Spirit with
Gotcha.
the nice suit, the
Long
fedora,
overcoat,
the
yeah.
trench coat.
Totally.
Bandana.
Yeah, I always liked the look of the Question with just the blank face. I think that was just
Yeah.
awesome.
Is it a white or black?
Dude,
blank
Rorschach.
face?
It's just blank, just blank.
It does have a color? I thought it was like white or either white or black.
Nope, just blank.
I always like the
Sure.
Grifter. Jim Lee's.
Mhm.
Grifter.
Yeah, it's a,
But- So yeah, sort of a nice indigo Italian suit, something expensive but tasteful.
tasteful.
Sure.
Yeah, superpower, what would be your superpower?
I don't know that I'd have superpowers. I think it'd be more interesting to not have superpowers.
And be a superhero.
But what would be your skill set? How would you fight crime?
Probably, with these.
Your mitts.
Sure. Okay.
And maybe this.
And maybe. What about?
And maybe
hand?
maybe once in a while like a
Some-
sledgehammer.
Some elbow. Oh.
A sledgehammer.
Paula Super. Have you seen the Rainn Wilson movie Super?
Yeah, with the wrench.
Yeah. Ooh, man, that stuff is. Have you seen that?
I'm sorry.
I would want to stop time.
I'm sorry, I just had an Ellen Wilson moment. Or Ellen Page.
Ellen.
The Ellen Page moment.
Ellen Page.
Yeah.
She's crazy.
Well, do you have anything else?
It's great to be here.
Thank you so much.
It is great to be here.
Nice to have the invitation.
No, this has been great, and I wish you. But it's so nice that you're writing. And the nice thing is you're writing the books you want to write, the way you want to write them, with the characters you want. So you really have that artistic freedom, and then you're making it happen. You're not writing all the time, and then just kind of saying, oh, I hope someday somebody picks me.
Well, the hardest thing about being a writer that people ask me this, like if I go to visit schools, which I do once in a while, visit classes of young kids wanting to write and things like that. They ask questions. They want to know what's the hardest thing about being a writer, and I always tell them is being a better writer is the hardest thing, because the only way you can get better at it is keep doing it. Do it a
And
lot.
keep reading and writing. Read like a reader, write like a
I
reader.
disagree, but okay, sure.
Well, Ian, thank you so much. You can get Jackrabbit April 1st, and thank you very much.
Yeah.
This has been the Colorado Author Interview Circle. I'm Aaron Ritchie.
I'm Cody May. Say something corny.
Corny, keep reading, Denver.
Oh.